students, welcome to today's e-content class on History of English Literature. In this, we will study the development of English literature in a timeline format, starting from Anglo-Saxon age to Elizabethan age. We will focus on importance of features of each age, major writers and their significant works. I would like to start with Anglo-Saxon age, the earliest period of English literature, which lasted from around 450 AD to 1066 AD. The literature of this age was mainly oral. Poems and stories are recited by poets called scopes in royal courts. Since writing was limited, literature was passed down through generations by word of mouth. One of the most important features of the Anglo-Saxon age is heroic poetry. The works celebrated bravery, loyalty, strength, and honor. Another major feature of the strong influence of Christianity, which blends with pagan belief. The idea of faith, known as where, plays as important role in this literature. The language used during this age is called Old English, which is very difficult from modern age. Anglo-Saxon poetry is known for its use of alliteration instead of rhyme. The most famous work of this age is the epic poem Beowulf, written by an anonymous poet. It tells the story of a heroic warrior who fights monsters and a dragon, symbolizing the struggles between good and evil. Another important writer is Sedgman, known for his religious hymns. The Venerable Bede wrote Ecclesiastic History of English People, an important historical work. To conclude, the Anglo-Saxon age laid the foundation of English literature. Its literature reflects courage, faith, and loyalty, which continue to influence English writing today. Next is Norman Age, which began in 1066 AD after the Norman conquest of England and lasted until around 1340 AD. This period brought significant changes to English literature. One of the main features of the Norman Age is the strong influence of French language and culture. French was spoken by the ruler, Latin by the church, and English by the common people. Literature during this age mainly consisted of romances. Those stories focused on kings, knights, heroic adventures, love, and chivalry. History's writing also became popular. Two important writers of this age are Geoffrey of Monmouth, who wrote History of the Kings of Britain, and Wales, who wrote Roman de Brode. Their works made the legends of King Arthur widely known. The Age of Chaucer, also known as the Chaucerian Age, which lasted from around 1340 to 1400. This age marks an important stage in the development of English literature, as writers began to use Middle English, the language of common people. Literature of this period became more realistic and reflected the social life of the time. One of the key features of the age of Chaucer is the realistic portrayal of characters. Writers described people from different social classes, their behavior, and everyday life. Satire and humor were also important elements. The most important writers of this age is Geoffrey Chaucer, who is known as the father of English literature. His greatest work is the Canterbury Tales, which presents a group of pilgrims from different backgrounds, making it a rich picture of medieval society. Other notable writers include William Langland, who wrote the allegorical poem P.S. Plowman, and John Gower, the author of Confession, Amatis. To conclude, the age of Chaucer laid the foundation for modern English literature by developing language, realism, and storytelling. Next, Elizabethan Age, which lasted from 1558 to 1603 during the reign of Queen Elizabeth I. This period is often called as the Golden Age of English literature. The main features of this age are the Renaissance spirit, humanism, and the rapid growth of drama. Writers showed a deep interest in human life, emotions, and imaginations. The greatest writer of this age is William Shakespeare, whose famous plays include Hamlet, Macbeth, and Romeo and Juliet. Christopher Marlowe wrote Dr. Fawcett, and Edmund Spenser is known for the epic poem The Faerie Queene. Sir Philip Sidney wrote Arcadia. The Elizabethan age marked a peak in English literature and produced works that are still read and admired today. Thank you, everyone.